Hi, everyone. We are happy to welcome you to our presentation of MySet Connect, a new and lightweight casting and crew call solution for local and student filmmaking projects. My name is Adams Kiefer.
My name is Austin Balon.
My name is Casey Feinberg.
My name is Nathaniel Young.
And we are some of the creators of MySet Connect.
Hello, my name is Em McBride, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about MySet Connect.
MySet Connect aims to simplify the cast and crew call process. Currently, student filmmakers are stuck posting casting calls and GroupMes, leading to disorganization and minimal outreach. At USC, more specifically, there is a physical separation between theater and film departments, often leading to even more miscommunication and mismanagement. MySet Connect aims to cut off the expenses and bloat that comes from the casting call process by providing a platform in which cast and crew can connect with one another. This website is geared towards independent and student filmmakers and can make a big difference in how the cast and crew call process works.
Taking a look at what we used when developing MySet Connect. For our backend, we used Node.js. For the front end, we used React. And we bootstrapped these together with Next.js, which is a framework developed by Vercel, which helps connect Node servers and React files. They have a lot of built-in methods for API calling and server-side props. Our database was constructed using PostgreSQL, and we used Sequelize as our object relational model to relate data from our database to our code. For testing, we use Jest for our unit. We use Jest and Playwrights for our testing, for both behavioral and unit testing. And our DigitalOcean droplet. Next, I would like to introduce our demo users. First up, we have James Seymour. He is a new user who is a college student looking to get on film sets. He has never worked on a film set before and doesn't really know where to look, but he heard about MySet through a friend and is eager to try it out. Our second user is Chris Nolan. He is an existing user and has used MySet Connect for previous projects. He needs to manage projects and fill cast and crew needs for his next big project.
James is ready to start his acting career and finds himself on the MySet Connect homepage. He wastes no time and presses the login button to get started. James is new to MySet Connect and clicks sign up to create an account. Here he enters his name, his email for further contact, a password, and demographic information such as gender, ethnicity, and birthday. Here he also selects different crew interests to indicate what positions he's interested in. James clicks sign up, and just like that, he has an account. James now can log in. James finds himself on the settings page and decides to turn off cast notifications because he's currently not interested in those roles. James wastes no time and goes to the Find page to find current roles. James is interested in starring in Dunkirk and clicks on this opportunity. He navigates to the cast page where he can see different available roles. James can select multiple roles and press the apply button to apply to all of them at the same time. He's also interested in crew roles, decides to apply as the cinematographer role. James checks on his applications by going to the Manage page and clicking on My Applications. James decides he's no longer interested in the role as Tommy and decides to withdraw. We are now ready to switch over to the director side and look at the profile of Chris Nolan.
So next up, we have Chris, who already has an account. So here you can see the user preferences page, and then he navigates over to the projects page. So here he clicks on Dunkirk, which is an already created project, and then he goes to edit it. So here he can edit the title, the logline, and the director names. So next he goes over to the cast, and you see that there's an interest. And here he sees that James has applied for the dead soldier, where he can copy the email or accept or reject the application. So here, Chris rejects the application. And then he goes over to the crew section, where he accepts James' application for cinematographer. So next, he navigates over to creating a new project, where he will enter the title, the logline, and here he can choose the genre, put the director names, and finally check the boxes for the crew needs for this project. And then after that, he will add characters, where he adds the name, the ethnicity, the gender, the age range, description of the character, and the role type for the character. And then he will add another character, where he can add as many characters as needed for this project. And then finally, he submits the new project and will wait for the project to be created.
From this page, Chris will now go check the project he just created, reviewing the cast and crew changes he made. Right now, no one's applied to anything because the project was just created. But if we move back over to James's profile, and once he refreshes his profile, he will receive a notification. This notification would have also went to his email. He opens this project and applies for the roles of cinematographer, as well as production manager. James can also see in his previous applications that he was rejected as the cast member in Dunkirk, but accepted as the cinematographer. So he withdrew from the rejected application. And then we'll move back over to Chris's profile, where he can see the applications for his most recent project, The Odyssey. He moves over to the cast section. There's been no interest, but in the crew section, he can see that James applied for a cinematographer, which he accepts James' application for a cinematographer, and then he'll go over to the production manager, view that interest, which is also James, and he'll reject that one.
Once Chris makes his crew decisions on the Odyssey, he can go back and look at his projects again. And you'll see that he has the option to delete these projects. And Chris is pondering deleting the project, but first he wants to make sure all the characters and crew choices have been selected. He's already casted Tommy, so he's able to close the Tommy character, preventing future applications. And he is going to do the same with the Dead Soldier and Harry Styles. Now he can go back to his projects, and at this point, Chris will delete Dunkirk because he is satisfied with all of the crew. This will delete the project from the Find screen, as well as any ability to apply to the project from other users. Now we switch back to James, and if we can see that he still has his application active for Dunkirk, but if we refresh the screen, that application will no longer be there because the project doesn't exist. James is also going to withdraw from another application. That concludes the general demo. Thank you so much for taking time to listen to us. We are so happy to have you in the MySetConnect family. And if you would like to learn, visit us at testing.mysetconnect.com.